1, 2, 3, go.
Drum rolling.
Lights,
camera,
action.
and action. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to yet another amazing episode of the Mimosa Lounge with Boo Boo. And today we have an amazing guest on set with us. Somebody who is just the best in his field, right?
The best way to do it.
He's an amazing guy. Fine boy. No shaky, and that is in person of TheSamuelAbati. Ladies and gentlemen, TheSamuelAbati. Woo! And
in bracket, Asake's photographer.
No, don't do that.
Hashtag I shot Asake.
I begged you.
Hashtag I shot
Your host
Asake.
is sly.
Hashtag I shot Asake.
I legit.
Hashtag I shot Asake.
Hashtag I shot Asake.
Yes. Now you're talking.
And we have our host. Our host is Bubu herself, right?
Yes.
And yeah, that's all I have to say for an intro. Let's get into it. Hope you have fun.
You're listening to the Mimosa Lounge with Bubu, a podcast where I talk to amazing people about their jobs, life, and all the good stuff. You're welcome to the Mimosa Lounge. Cheers! Hi, Samuel.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Just that.
Yes.
How's your day been?
Very nice, thank you.
What have you done today?
Nothing
Give us
much.
What's
the day? Today's Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the freest Saturday I've had in a while, and I'm always sweet so far. I went out in the morning, went for a shoot. Did 2 shoots today.
Okay.
One in the studio, one at a client's place, and then I'm here.
And that was free.
Oh, that's free.
So what's like a typical day like for you?
Event. Wake up in the morning, weddings. Wake up in the morning at 7:30 or 6:30, and your day starts almost immediately until after party is over. And I think you have an idea of when after party ends.
Yeah. I was watching one Instagram wedding show. Not an Instagram wedding, but like a wedding on a photographer's Instagram story one day. Yes. And then they had to put the lights on for people to go.
Thank God for
But I really enjoyed the wedding show.
Yeah, that's typically what it's like most of it. Precisely when it's a pricey wedding of people that,
That one looks
have
very
the
expensive,
money.
yes.
You see weddings entering 2 a.m.
I like to go for a wedding like that.
So at some point, even photographers, we just drop camera and we party.
That's nice. Must be nice like having to attend too many weddings.
Not really.
Like a free pass to like parties.
So the thing is it's kind of crazy because I don't think I've attended any wedding without shooting in over a year. Every single wedding you find me that I've been in the longest time, I'm shooting. If I'm not shooting, I'm not there.
That sounds fun.
No, it's exhausting.
For me, it would be fun. But anyways,
You enter
so can you tell us a bit about like your journey, how you got into photography, how you started, more like right from uni, like what have you done?
Okay, from
everything,
uni.
yeah. How you have evolved, pretty much.
Anybody that knew me from way back in uni knows that, they don't know me anymore. Because photography journey started in church. You know the way all these choir people, they're in the world today and then they started from church. Yeah, I can relate because my photography journey started in church. I joined the media units, but now church photography is different from every other kind of photography. And then I did graphics design for the longest time. I studied computer science, by the way. And when I came out of school, started NYSC, I was looking for things that I was passionate about. I'd been doing graphics. I'd been doing web design professionally at the time, and I was making money from them, but I wasn't enjoying them. So I was looking for something that I, had fun doing.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, okay, I think I love taking pictures. Right from way back, hit up any of my secondary school friends. I was the annoying guy that had pictures of everybody on his phone.
Good pictures or bad pictures?
Nobody had good pictures on my phone. They had pictures of them looking stupid. I still have some on my Google Drive. I can always share them with you later. Even some of your faves might be there. And I was that guy. Imagine way back then having 4,000 pictures. These days it's okay to have 4,000 pictures on your iPhone. But back then, having 4,000 pictures on your Nokia C300
or M50
on your Express Music. Do you understand? Your phone will literally drag And I had that much back then. So I figured I had the passion. I enjoyed taking pictures. I just enjoyed creating those moments for people. I wasn't very into the, professionally taking photo shoot pictures at the time. I just wanted to always capture memories and stuff like that. So I got a camera. All the money I was making from the graphics design and everything, I said, you know what? If I took my money inside, I'll have to see it through. So I got the camera, I started shooting for my friends during NYSC, and pretty much that's how it started. For the longest time afterwards, I still did not do photography professionally. At some point, Seth, when I was considering it, when it started getting tough and life was getting tough, I dropped photography full time.
To do what?
Work as a government official, a 9 to 5 in the federal government. And then when I started doing that one, I figured there's something worse than see, if you no shade to anybody working a government job, but if you're working a government job and you're working that government job in a place like Abeokuta, that's one problem attached to another problem. It's like you're doomed for boring life. Like it's crazy. And they're very strict. I could not fit into the crowd. I was this guy that always loved going out, and the government sector is you have to kiss ass. I don't know if that makes any sense. You have to be the kind of person that, Mr. This, graphics, and then you're acting busy, but nobody's really doing anything. Yeah. And this is me that is looking for money. Like, I'm not in the mood to greet you up and down. I'm looking for, and the salary too wasn't so encouraging. It was about, I think, 80 to 90, between 80 and 100K. 100K? Yeah, at the time. For one full month.
I think that would have been good for them.
For a lot of people, it was good money. Yeah. We had family men that were, what people were telling me that I can't believe how lucky I am.
But I didn't think government workers earn that much. In Ogun State, for that matter.
They do. It's federal government, not state government.
Oh, okay. Do
you understand? So in my head, I'm like, and then, I decided to start picking up my photography on the side while I was still doing the government job. They tell you one of the perks of government jobs is that you can stay out of work for a while and nobody really kill you. That's a lie. Village people were there. They had my time. If I'm absent for a day, it's almost a query, that kind of thing. But I was still very big on, just finding something better for myself. I just wanted to do something different. I wanted to be genuinely relevant. So I started photography again. And then there was this particular job I got in Lagos to come and shoot the BTS of a movie. The movie was 5 days. And I took it and I came to Lagos. And they paid me 150. And then I took a second to think about it. I thought it was a scam. Until they sent me a deposit of 80K. And I'm like, wait, I just made 1 month's salary.
In 1 day?
In 1 day. For a job I'm going to do for 5 days. Not full day, just a few hours for the 5 days. And then it struck me. Guy, imagine you get 3 of these jobs in a month, yeah? I was not even dreaming that big yet. In a month, that's 450K. That is a 5 months salary. And I'm going to make that in a month. So, that was when I started rebelling. And I started looking out for more jobs in Lagos. Started doing photo shoots for people at as low as 25K, 20K. And it struck me that, I'd rather put in all this work and make more money, because in the core of my working or doing anything, I don't know, people work for passion. I'm not in that school of thought. Yeah, I'm looking for money, man.
Totally agree.
I'm looking for money. I know they say when it gets tough, passion is what holds you through. But please, if that passion holds me through and money does not come at some point, I'ma go.
Money can actually keep you going too.
Money will always keep you going.
Exactly.
I don't know how people leave jobs that I pay. Money will keep me going. Do you understand? So I figured at that point I needed to go for something bigger. So I started withdrawing from work. I didn't even officially resign for a while. God now helped me. COVID now struck. No, God didn't help me with COVID. Forgive me. But it was kind of advantageous to me because when COVID struck, I was at home and the federal government was paying salary.
And you're not going to work?
Nobody was going anywhere. But we're getting paid monthly. Do you understand? So, and I now had that opportunity. Inside COVID, I came to Lagos. In the heat of COVID, I entered Lagos. There were still 1 or 2 petty jobs happening here and there. I came to Lagos. I started working a bit. And then, that was the breakthrough for me. So by the time COVID ended, it was obviously impossible for me to go back to Abeokuta to go and start the government job again. And I feel like that was where the transition happened. That kind of like took me out of the government job because now I had to officially resign. And since then, it's been pretty nice. Coming to Lagos is not easy.
Story.
Sorry?
That's an interesting story.
Yeah, there's a lot of in-betweens because it wasn't all easy. There were depressing moments. There were moments I gave up. There were moments that I was exhausted. There were moments I was frustrated. I fought with everybody I knew. Those moments were there. Don't get it twisted. It will happen, right? But one thing I can say is if you're passionate about something, in the end, you're gonna get it. There's this thing where I feel like I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I was discussing with a friend of mine recently, and I said I don't know how to celebrate wins for long. Mm-hmm. If I'm chasing something and it happens, I'm gonna check me in the next 2 hours.
Something else.
I'm good to go. I'm not the kind of person that the next day you still see me. That's how I did that. From the moment if I say okay, my target is to get this done, the moment that thing comes through, I'm up and moving to the next thing. And sometimes it's bad because it now feels like I don't have an attitude of gratitude. Yeah. But I'm grateful to God, genuinely grateful to God. And I say that like, Lord, I'm grateful. Thank you very much for this milestone. But I don't know how to celebrate or dwell on wins. So when, because I grow, I consistently am growing. Yeah. Even in my craft. My pictures 6 months ago are not what they look like today. The pictures 2 years ago, I know what they look like. Like when I just started, it's not what it looks like today. And I can guarantee you, with what I just learned in a YouTube video yesterday, my pictures tomorrow are not going to look like the ones I snapped like last week. Do you understand? So when you feel like, oh, you've become bad, but you're really good, I'm already looking at something I want to become. So it's like, when people appreciate my work, I'm grateful you're appreciating my work. I really, truly am. But it's difficult for me to see what is so special about it. I think it's bad. I really think it's bad. But one advantage is had on me is always caused me to want to do better. Yeah. Do you understand? So I won't say I'm there yet. I feel like when I'm there,
we are close.
Yeah. The industry is tight. There are a lot of bad guys in town. Do you understand? There are guys
that... I think you're bad too. Like, you're very bad. Like, very, very bad.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, speaking of like achievements, how did you feel when you found out about your shoot with Ashake?
Oh no, that like one.
I feel like I need to like touch you. Like that one. You've seen Ashake before.
No,
like
touch it. No, I shake it with this hand so you can.
Wow.
Don't wash it. Don't wash it. Ashake's was.
Like sorry to cut you. Like tell us about like how like you knew how it came about. Like how you felt when like you saw him. How did you feel?
The job came through a brand. Okay. Right? Because me and Ashake direct. I don't think I have that kind of leg yet. But this is a brand that I've been shooting for in the past. Yeah. And I've delivered some good jobs with them. I shot Aproko Doctor for them. I shot Kimopra for them. I've shot a couple of people for them. So when Ashake was coming on board with them as a brand ambassador, the brand manager reached out to me and he said, yo, bro, there's something on the table. And I'm like, okay. Number one, you don't announce like this. So what's up? He said, you might be shooting at Ashake soon. I said, hold up. Rewind.
You need to sleep and wake up.
Which of the Ashakes? Because, mind you, this was when Ashake was blazing hot in the industry. Ashake was number 1 to 10 on the chart. So everybody was talking Ashake. You're telling me I'm shooting this. Don't play with me.
Stop playing.
No, don't play with me, man. You did play. So, because he now told me, okay, I can't give you any confirmations yet. It's still in the works and all that. And, he came back to me and he said, in their meeting, they're signing Ashake is confirmed now. But he's still, in conversations with their board because, Ashake is a big deal. Mm-hmm. I'm that photographer that has not made the news yet. I'm not the biggest boy in town. I'm not the biggest in their industry because music artists, music videos, that industry, even for photography, that's a niche on its own. We have photographers that's all they shoot. Music artists, they follow them around and stuff like that. So I'm not one of the big guns in that industry. And then they started, people on the board started considering, should we call this guy that shoots this person? because you can't flop it. You can't flop shooting at Shake. And it now became a situation of, we know this guy has been shooting for us, right? But this is too big a deal. Can we trust this guy to do it? And the brand manager pretty much stuck his neck out for me, which I'm eternally grateful for. And as good as that was, when he called me up to tell me that the job came through, you're doing the shoot, I said, The excitement went, pressure rose, because you cannot mess up shooting Ashake for a brand. Because Ashake is not the kind of artist that if something messes up, they will call him back to come and reshoot. If you go to law, do you understand? So I was like, okay. And this guy kept telling me, he said, bro, we can't mess this up. You have to bring your A game on this. This has to be crazy. And I'm like, okay, easy with the pressure. I get it. You want a good job. Don't kill me with anxiety and all that. And I went all out, personally. I went all out. I got this, got that, got this, got that. I just really wanted to give it my best. I started looking at the pictures of the people that were pros, the aces in that industry, that niche. I started looking at their pictures. I took time to really understand what is required of that kind of shoot. And the D-Day came, I saw Shake one-on-one, shook Shake's hand, bro, what's up? At that point, I felt like I made it, to be honest with you, because Ashake is not easy to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention names of people that are easy to see. Ashake is not easy to see. You just don't jam him
so
on the
close.
road. Up close. You don't jam Ashake in foodies. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not easy to see. And the guy is hot. It's like jamming a burner or jamming a Davido of our time or a Wheezy of our time. So it was a big deal for me. Like at that point, I felt like I made it. I gave my A game. I shot. Ashake is very cool, by the way. Super cool guy. He allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do. It was exhausted because of it. I think he had a video shoot from the day before. So it was exhausted and all, but he still gave me he kept asking, are you good? Do you like that? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do this? Are we good? Sure. But that guy, man, it was a really cool guy. And then the pictures came out and the brand gave me a feedback and they were like, oh, this is perfect. And I feel like that's one of the best feedbacks I had last year.
Okay, so like when I started like noticing your page a lot more than usual, it was like, why?
That's not like the beginning. It won't be like when you start to
No, but when I started like you always like more like you're always in my face, that kind of thing on Instagram. So it was like you always like taking like all these Big Brother like housemates and things how did you come about those collaborations? And were they like collaborations like they like paid jobs?
Oh yeah. So you're going to get this as an exclusive because I don't think I've registered people before.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why
you heard it here first.
I thank God I shot Big Brother housemates because they kind of pushed me into the industry. The first person I shot was it Tricky T? Yeah, it was Tricky T, yeah. And how did it come about? I was just wondering, God, this was that I'm getting 2 clients in a month. When I just came to Lagos, like after the whole COVID thing, and I decided I was coming to Lagos, and it was slow. It was really slow. Salary at this point was not coming anymore. And then I get 2 jobs, 50K, 100K, and that's it for the month. Why didn't I just now stay? Do you understand? But, and that's, I'm a big fan of trust God, trust the process, and take every step you're taking with God. Because God performing miracles in your life or helping you through situations is not just, God will just call somebody to come and give you 500K, bam. Yeah. A lot of times it's through ideas, business ideas, strategy ideas. You just be inspired to try something, and when you try it, it works out, and then your life just changes. So that day, I just thought about it. I like Tricky T in the house. The guy was real guy. Shout out to Tricky anytime. And I just texted Tricky on Instagram. Oh, yo, bro, what's up? I'm a photographer based in Lekki, Lagos. I really like you. Really love an opportunity to shoot you. And yada yada. Hit me up if you're good. And Tricky hit me up back. I was like, oh yeah, sure. And man, I'm like, Tricky responded to me. Blue tick.
Like how soon was it?
How soon did you respond?
Yeah.
Like 2 days, I think a day or 2 after. And man, I'm like, Blue tick responded to my DM. What the heck am I? Blue tick. But that was the first time a blue tick person was in my DM. So it was a very unique moment for me. And then I said, okay, what's up? When will you be available? Because I don't just want to shoot you. I want to provide whatever you're going to be wearing. And, I just wanted to go all out for Tricky. And I got my tailor, okay, come, what's up? Can we go to Tricky's place? Yeah, let's go and take measurement. Tricky gave me a date, went to his house, took his measurements, met the guy. Amazing human being. Tricky is an amazing person. Who he was in the house is exactly who he is outside the house. Humble, fun to be with, funny as hell. Can be Tricky can make your life interesting. And it just worked out. The day of the shoot, Tricky came to my house at the time. Where I was staying was pretty small. I didn't have a studio. I didn't have money to rent a studio. So it was me in my house with a I don't know if you guys know this material backdrop. It's the cheapest kind of backdrop you can have, material.
Like fabric.
Fabric. Something like that, white. And then, the backdrop stand was struggling between the bed and the TV. That kind of thing. It was a very small squeeze. And Tricky came in, didn't make it feel like it was anything. We had a fun time shooting. I gave Tricky beans. He ate. He slept on my bed because he was exhausted. He slept for like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And all that just made me feel like these people are accessible. Right? You can reach out to these people. Well, Tricky is a different human being because I don't think most of them are like Tricky, but it kind of made me believe that, you can reach out to these people. I edited Tricky's pictures. The pictures were amazing. A week after, I used it as his DP. And I'm like, you won't use your picture as a DP if you don't love the picture. He used it for his birthday. He posted it on his birthday. And I got some followers. I got some DMs. I saw the picture you shot for Tricky. Are you available for a birthday photo shoot? At this point, I didn't have shame. I was classless. So, God, how much do you have was the question. It was not a matter
What's
of
your
my
budget?
Card. I don't have rate card. What's your budget? People are now saying, when you tell somebody what's your budget, that's what's your charge. I'm like, just tell me what your budget is. Anything you are saying, I'll work with, right? And I got a few low-paying jobs that way. I have to signify it's low-paying because it was low-paying. Because, I didn't have so much out at that time. So people didn't really have anything to really say, okay, this guy is worth this much. Or they couldn't value me at the time, which was fine because I was looking for portfolio. I was looking for shoots to do. And from Tricky, I reached out to a couple of other Big Brother mates. Tricky and Watoni are friends.
Yeah.
So I shot Watoni for our birthday shoot as well. That blew up pretty much.
Was that the one at Speed?
Well, yeah, the place on
where she wore
the brown thing and all that. Yeah, I shot Wathoni as well. Wathoni's pictures blew up. Was everywhere on the internet. Everybody was tagging me. I was just seeing somebody mentioned you. I feel like,
what's going on?
Okay, I'm loving it, and that was how it started. I reached out to Erica that period as well. Didn't get a DM from America. Didn't get a response. Then at that point, I started shooting people. People that, the beauty of photography or the sad part is not the fact that you're not getting clients, not because you're not good, but because people just don't see you. If you know what Instagram is like, sometimes you just see somebody and like, where has this person been on my timeline? Do you understand?
Sure.
And the moment you see them, you start seeing them. When they see you, they see you. Until they see you, they don't know you exist. So the point where I started getting out there, no matter how much I was not the perfect photographer then, I was good enough for a lot of people and they were reaching out to me. A lot of them ended in inquiries, but some made it through to deposits.
Yeah.
And I got some jobs. I was already doing okay at the time. And then one fateful day, I just got a reply DM from Erica. I'm like, this is about how many months after? And she's like, okay, she's premiering the movie. I can't remember the title of the movie. If you're still available, one thing. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm available.
You make yourself available.
More. Nothing in this life could stop me from being there. And then I got there. Erica is a sweet human being as well. And I shot Erica that day. I shot her that night. I edited on our way to the premiere. I was in the car. I was in the front seat editing. That was crazy. The same pictures I just took. And those pictures had to go up before she hit the red carpet.
Is that how it works? Or you just wanted that?
That's how that one had to work. Because if you don't post your pictures quickly, other people will post. And whichever pictures go out first is what to trend.
Yes.
I have to trend. Do you understand?
By fire, by force.
This was me in the front seat. Imagine you in front seat of a car now with the laptop backed against the dashboard, and I'm like this, and I'm retouching. It was a lot of work, right? But I was good for it because I really knew what effect I could have. And then we posted these pictures ASAP. I waited till the next morning to post them. When the gist of the seasoning gist of everything starts happening, and then on the first picture, like. I leave my Instagram. I come back 100 likes. Instagram will never count more than 100 likes. 100 likes.
But I've not had enough likes to know that.
Oh no,
I just said yes.
I don't get it all the time as well. So let's not act like it's my norm. It's not my norm. It was a miracle for me. And then I left Instagram again. Came back. 100 likes. Again. 20 follows. Oh boy. This was the first time. It was a very interesting moment for me, and I had about 700 likes on that picture. Coming from 30 likes, 40 likes, having 700 likes without sponsored posts or anything, and that's how we started. And then it started becoming paid jobs. I think those are the only ones I did for free. Then every other person that reached out to me, either through their managers or personally, I charged. You get a benefit for being a superstar, and I'm going to benefit from your audience as well, but you're going to pay me. And from then is...
But then did that affect the way you charge them? Maybe you charge them more or less because you feel like...
No. So most times I like to treat celebrities the exact way I'll treat my clients. Yeah. And I treat my clients the exact way I don't treat my celebrity clients any more special than I treat everybody else. The only reason why I might charge some of them more is because they will take more of my time. So celebrities most times don't tell you to come when they're done with their makeup and everything.
Until it's come before.
They will let you. They like you to be ready, and then you shoot them, and it's a whole lot of stress. Sometimes you find yourself spending 3 hours for a 1 hour shoot. So in situations like that, that's why you can find me charging more for celebrities than regular people. But in the real sense now, everybody's equal. The same rate charge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. So what would you say is the most difficult or the most challenging part of being a photographer? And hold on, an Ashake type of photographer.
What's this? What's this? Ashake, I don't want it to seem like I'm still riding on the Ashake horse, but I am, right?
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It is?
So yes, it is.
Is it?
It is.
It is?
Yes, it is.
So it's there are lots of challenges in photography, and I like to say this for whoever, I'm not there yet, but I know that no matter what stage you reach in your career, there are certain people that are looking up to you, that are coming from behind. And I like to say this for the people that are coming behind me, right? It's expensive. It's not cheap. It's expensive, but you don't have to have all the money at once. Photography will discourage you because there are dry seasons. Just like life, even in the career, there are dry seasons. But one of my photography idols, somebody I look up to, Emmanuel Oyeleke, shout out to him.
Yeah.
He said something in a live video one time, I think last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember. I'm not sure he will remember it himself. He said something about when, you're going through those dry seasons, that even they have times where jobs don't come as frequently as they do on a regular. Mm-hmm. That's not time for you to whine and to be angry or be sober. That's the opportunity for you to develop yourself. Sure. Use those times to do things you can't do with your regular client. Do you understand? I can't pick a client and say, for this your birthday photo shoot, I want to try things I've never tried before. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. You have to play safe. You have to play it right by the books. But in that period, those are periods for you to do your collaborations, explore whatever hobby you have. If you want to go into product photography, that's the time for you to try other things. And that really it helped me a great deal because it can be depressing. You can go from making 800K in a month to making 50K or making 100K the next month. It can be... The pressure will hook you. And one thing that this our job unfortunately encourages you to do is not save as well, because money comes in all the time. So you are confident that if you blow this money finish, before the next day, another one is coming. But sometimes you blow it finish like this, it will just
Get dry.
dry up. And that can be very discouraging, but in the end, keep in mind that photography is not a bed of roses. You don't run from a 9 to 5 out of being lazy and think that photography is where you come. The security of income at the end of the month for a 9 to 5, in photography, you don't have that. So it's basic entrepreneurship. You have to put in the work. People think that we enjoy, we don't work all the time. I don't have days off because even the days I'm at home, I'm retouching. The days I'm not retouching, I'm watching YouTube videos trying to develop myself.
Yeah.
I'm a night crawler. Everybody that knows me knows I don't sleep in the night. I sleep 6:30 sometimes.
6:30 a.m.
6:30 a.m. So wake up by 11, 12, 10, 11. Sometimes wake up by 8. Do you understand? So it's not easier. Photography is not easier. If you really want to succeed, it's not going to be easier. If you want to stay on the grassroots level, it can be easy for you. But if you want to succeed, the bigger guys do a lot of work. They work. You see people like Ben shooting every weekend, traveling from state to state, from country to country.
Posting an Instagram story.
It's not easy. God bless Bedge and Big H for running us through their event days every time. It's a fun story to watch.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. It's a lot of work. So keep in mind that it's going to get difficult. And when it gets difficult, just stay. You don't need to do too much. Just stay where you are. Keep doing what you're doing. At some point, you break through. It takes one job, really. It takes one person to post your work. It takes one person to see your work. And keep in mind, in whatever you do as a photographer, have a great attitude. Because there are people that your picture will not impress them, but your personality will impress them. I can guarantee that a lot of my clients that are most consistent with me today is not because I'm the best photographer around. I'm not exactly the most affordable anymore.
As a case photographer.
Right. Not exactly.
When you're big, you're big.
I'm not going to lie to you. Affordability is relative. So some people, when I give my rate card, they're like, oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Some people, this is way overboard. And I'm like, it's way overboard for you. Doesn't mean it's expensive. Sometimes you see people say, this is too expensive. Your charge is too high. I'm like, it's not too high.
You just can't afford it.
It's just you. But I didn't always start that way. And even when I got to this point, I can tell you that there are some people that always come back, not because it's most convenient for them, but because they've fallen in love with the personality behind the brand. I make it a priority to make my clients feel really good while they're shooting with me. I'm not just selling good pictures to you. I'm making you feel special, right? Yeah. So even at the process of shooting, you have to feel like you're in a place where you're appreciated. You can't... I want one person, call me out. If you shot with me and you didn't enjoy your session, call me out. If you paid me for, I'll refund your money. It doesn't happen.
Can I take the refund?
Have I shot you before?
No, but if there's someone
out, no, I'll give them the refund. Do you understand? But
like you said it here, so we can just share the refund.
Where's the refund?
If there's any.
There's not going to be any.
What if there is?
I was just lucky. Do you understand? But that's the point. I've invested in people, right? I appreciate you for coming to shoot me. No matter how low you're paying or high you're paying, you make me. Like, if you don't come to me as a client, I am not a photographer that is earning. So I'll make you feel special 247, and that's what I sell. Pictures, there are 1,000 great photographers out there. Young guys that charge a whole lot less that are good. There are people that can afford photographers way more expensive than I am. But they come back because, a relationship has been built. So if you're a photographer, you're just coming up, invest in relationships. They'll do you a great deal. Referrals can only happen when people are impressed with you. Yeah. Do you understand? Look at my Instagram page. I don't even know how many followers I have. I think 4K or something. But you see me having jobs frequently. Not because people buzz me on Instagram all the time, but referrals do the great deal for me. People tell people, friend tells friend comes, oh, who's the photographer that shot your birthday? Oh, this guy is a great guy. He's a really nice guy. Break that one, say, oh, you're actually nicer than the last photographer that shot me. I've heard that a lot of times.
You're so friendly. I enjoyed the shoot.
Oh, I really love your energy. I really love your vibes. Oh, you give positive vibes. Oh, you're really accommodating. I won't shout at you or nag you because you're getting bad poses. It's my responsibility to make you comfortable. And some people have for the attitudes. They will make you the most absurd requests, but it's my responsibility.
Like what?
This like, can you make my back this? Can you do this to my hair? Sometimes I'm like, I know we have manipulations, but I am not a magician. Sister, as your face take before picture, that's so you can see how smile. You see some people. Can you please smile? You see?
What if you don't have a smiley face though?
Everybody has a smiley face. But those are some of the struggles. When the clients can't seem to smile, because anxiety is a factor that plays for some of them. When they are doing shoots, the fact that there's a camera in front of them gets them anxious, so they can't smile. But you have to smile. And they're telling you that they want a picture of them smiling. So what do I do? Do I
Do you have like jokes for your client?
I'm not a joker now.
But you have to like
and I don't have to hire someone like Hush Babies to come and be whining them for me. In the end, most of the time what works is calm down first.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of times you see me lifting the time cap on my sessions just because I'm trying to get my client in the right space. So if your shoot was supposed to be for an hour based on our agreement, I'll extend it. Right? Because I know that you need to come out of that shell before I can shoot you properly. And I'm not going to be money hungry to say, you know what, your time is over. Pay another certain this for an extra hour. So a lot of times you have to understand, because some people are very, very not camera friendly. So it's your responsibility. And it's the same thing for events, for weddings. A bride's mood is your responsibility. See, brides, I think photographers are some of the most important factors in every wedding. If anybody's annoying my bride in the morning of the wedding, I'll para for you. No matter who you are, except for maybe the mother of the bride who some people are immune to collecting, right? But you see me
the mother can collect now.
You see me do stuff like tell the sister of the bride to clear the mother. Do you understand? Because I'm watching the bride's reactions, the bride's attitude, the bride's countenance is my priority. She has to be happy. The moment that is shifting, and if you're a friend,
just get out.
No, I've had some experiences. You know, there's this friend that kept shouting, "We're running out of time. Mommy's calling me." I said, "Can you please let mommy call somebody else? Can you drop the phone and just excuse me?" And you know, at some point she was like, "You don't talk to me like that." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry. But please, we still need 10 minutes more. That's not gonna shake." Said, "If I say we're leaving this place," the bride had to say, "Please, it's my wedding. Calm down." There are some people like that you have challenges with. You can't be fighting at someone's wedding. But at the same time, clearance. We're talking Nigeria now. Everybody needs if you don't do small weary once in a while, you not get what you want.
Very necessary.
But it's very important that you understand as a photographer, it is very, very important that you have great attitude all the time and make sure your client's satisfaction is your priority. Sometimes when I shoot for clients and I give them the jobs, it's not happening in a while. And I get feedbacks like, "I don't like the pictures." Why I'm like,
why don't you like it?
What exactly don't you like? I hear things like, "I don't know."
They just don't like it. Their spirit just doesn't
Initially,
like
I was the guy that just gives you a refund and says, "Sorry for not liking it."
Really?
Or more. When I realized
that's Ashake's photographer.
Be warned. If anybody knows this league, can you please tell her to beware? It got to the point that I realized that it's a eat me, I eat you industry. If you don't,
but you can't just not like it because you don't like it for no reason.
If you can't give me a strong reason why you don't like the picture and give me something to correct, you saw my style of photography before you came to book me, so you know what I should like. If you don't like that suddenly, sorry, nothing I can do. But at some point in my life, once you condemn my work, and I'll say sorry.
Because you're trying to
please you, take your money back. But
so did they collect the money?
Because you'll not collect the money.
Wow.
If you don't even pay full back, if you don't pay
but I mean,
full
you don't exactly have to refund everything, half of it or something.
If you say 57, you see some people that will tell you.
You should give everything.
Yes.
Wow. No conscience.
Cool. It's a dog eat dog kind of situation, but it's not always like that. And I think God has given me amazing clients so far. So I've not really had that experience in a while. But that's it. Just make sure you have great attitude and let your priority be to satisfy your clients.
That's good. I think that's been no, I don't think it has been that. It's been very great having you here.
Thank you so much for having me around.
I enjoyed the conversation, your stories. Yes, now of course. I mean,
but interesting guy.
Yes, you are.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very.
Interesting guy.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
It was nice. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, with the marks.
The mimosa was nice.
Yeah.
Did he eat the rice?
Yeah, the mimosa was really nice.
You're welcome.
Really, really nice.
All right, then. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the Mimosa Lounge. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. See you next time. Bye. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Mimosa Lounge with Bubu. I hope that you tune in next time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next time. Bye.